Jordan Archie says, do you believe yourself that you are one of a kind and no one comes close to you? Jordan, this just reminded me of this experience that I had when I was about like 16 years old. So Jordan says, do you believe that you are one of a kind and no one comes close to you? I remember when I was 16, another rapper hit me up and asked me that same thing. He said, yo, Tom, what's up? And I was like, yo, what up? And we talked for a minute. And then he said, do you think that you're special? Do you think that you're the best rapper? And I was like, well, I feel like if you're going to be successful at anything, whether it's a rapper or a carpenter or a lawyer or a doctor or a plumber or a teacher or a nurse, I feel like if you want to be the best at anything, you have to believe that you're the best at it. A lot of this shit, a lot of life is all about belief and self-confidence and having a delusional endorsement in one's own self. So that's what I said. I said, yeah, of course I think I'm the best. I think that's the type of attitude you got to have, to get where we want to go. And then he messaged me back and said, well, guess what? You're not one of the best. You're not even in the top 10 in this city. You're a fucking nobody. Your raps are trash. And guess what? That was like 15 years ago. I talked to somebody on the phone the other day who's friends with that guy. And I asked him, yo, how's so-and-so doing? And he's like, oh, he's a drywaller now. Sometimes he freestyles at like parties and shit, but that's it. So that guy who told me that I'm trash is a fucking drywaller. And I'm the fucking biggest independent rapper in North America. Fuck you, motherfucker. That's amazing. Fuck that guy. Man, I want to punch that guy in the head. I guess this is the greatest revenge ever, though. Like, I blew up. He's a fucking loser. It's pretty great. And just a disclaimer. There's nothing wrong with a good old drywaller, okay? I did drywall when I was a kid. I was a carpenter for a long time. I was also a heavy-duty mechanic for a long time. Nothing wrong with a good old labor position. Nothing at all. There is something wrong with a kid who was a peer of mine in the rap game. There's something wrong with a peer of mine telling me that I'm trash, and then he ends up swinging a hammer all day, and I end up the king of the fucking world. That's where I draw the line. Fuck that guy. So, Jordan, I don't know if you're going to follow this question up with, you suck, you're trash, blah, 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 like that retard did. But do I believe in myself that I'm one of a kind and no one comes close to me? Abso-motherfucking-lutely. There's something to be said for being humble and being respectful. And there's also something to be said for knowing your worth and knowing what you're capable of and knowing what your potential is and living up to that potential. And yes, I think I'm something special, and I think no one comes close to me. That's it. And you have to feel that way. It's not like an egotistical, like, I'm the best rapper ever, everybody else is trash, blah, 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 blah. It's not like that. You have to believe in yourself to a delusional degree to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Don't run around throwing it in people's faces and screaming at the top of your lungs that you're the best in the world. That shit's lame. Be humble, be respectful, and be yourself. But, like, you can't censor your own belief in yourself to make other people feel more comfortable. That shit's fucking dumb. You're never going to get anywhere doing that. If your confidence in yourself makes other people feel uncomfortable, that's their fucking problem, not yours. You do you. You're the best at whatever it is you decide that you want to do. You're the best. Even if you're not the best, you better think that you're the fucking best. If you put a plant in a glass box, that plant's only going to grow to fill the box, okay? If you put a plant in the forest, and that plant will grow fucking huge. You can't place limits on yourself. Even if you know somewhere deep down inside that you're not the greatest, that you're not God's gift, you're not the greatest thing since sliced bread, you better find a way to believe that about yourself. That's the difference between growing up in a glass box and growing up in the forest, is the limits that we place on ourselves. That's the secret to life right there.